Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft video every weekday. And today I am 2 or 3 pips, I think, away from hitting Mythic, and the season is about to end. So we are going to jump into a Premier Draft with one goal and one goal only: to win 3 games and hit Mythic. Let's go. All right, starting things off, I opened a rare that I never play, and I think you should never play as well, the Sentry. There are just so many ways that giving your opponent a 5/5 indestructible flying creature can backfire on you. Cards I'm more likely to pack when pick one, well, our uncommons are also looking very unconvincing. I think my favorite one out of these is Reptile on the actual merits of it. I will say Shuri is good for some shenanigans, but the artifact deck really did not come together in the format. Then in terms of commons, again, also nothing stands out. I think maybe my favorites are Stolen Stark Tech Ant-Man's Army, maybe Kree Sentinel as a land cycler, Gorilla is fine. These are not what you're looking to first pick. Very weak pack overall. I think I'm actually just going to take a Surveillance Room out of this pack. I'm almost always going to be happy to play a Surveillance Room, and I just don't see another first pickable card in the pack. So starting off with a very weak one, but hopefully we can turn this around and hit Mythic. Okay, so there is one card that I like more than all of the other ones in this pack, and that is Claw Sonic Subjugator. I will say, not that far ahead of S.H.I.E.L.D. deployment drone in my personal preference ranking, but I think it is a shade ahead of it. The Red Room Recruit is also solid. Always down for a Hulk Smash if I'm in red. And, you know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a white creature, which means it can only be so bad, although Luke Cage and Kree Commandos definitely are teaching us how bad white creatures can be. But I'm just going to take this Claw, and I won't say I'm happy with it, pack 1, pick 2, but I'm not unhappy with it. Okay, well, now we're getting some gifts. So Political Triumph is one of the best uncommons in the format. That would have been a very pack 1, pick 1-able card. But I actually think in this set, do you just take Web Up over it? Probably. What can get rid of a Political Triumph? A Web Up. And Web Up can get rid of so much more. I think it's clearly got to be one of these 2 white cards. I think they're substantially better than everything else. If I took another card, it might be Go Nuts, AIM Labs. I think Giant Size Flying Ant is underdrafted. Always happy to have a land cycler like the Rocks and Brutes. But yeah, I'm pretty sure just taking the premium removal is the pick. Now, Oblivion Ring is not good in every format. This is often like a C to C plus kind of a card, the way that things play out online. This absolutely is a format, however, where it is good, actively good. Okay, so I'll just take the Web Up. Passing Political Triumph, not my absolute favorite thing to do, but we can only control so much in this life. Okay, so now there are several cards in this pack that I'm an enthusiast of. I mean, I love Trickster's Stratagem, just one of the 2 top commons in the format. There's also a Punishing Punch, Herbie. That's about the list. I'm just on Trickster's Stratagem. I would say pretty much no contest there. Into another Trickster's Stratagem, it is tempting. You can fill up your curve pretty quickly with 4 mana spells if you're not paying attention in this set. So I will say, taking the second Trickster's Stratagem, you know, I mean, I do need to keep an eye on that, but I would play 3 Trickster's Stratagems very happily. Would I play 4 in a lot of decks? Yeah, probably. But I will note, Take Up the Shield is also a truly fantastic combat trick, or just a way of blanking your opponent's removal. Helicarrier Strike is perfectly solid. Go Nuts is also very strong. I do think, though, that Trickster's Stratagem just edges out Take Up the Shield. So I'm just going to snap up the second Trickster's Stratagem, and our removal suite is looking fantastic. Okay, now we're continuing to get signals, because here's a She-Hulk. So I've basically been seeing signals in the Bant space, which kind of makes sense because the Bant colors are just by far the best colors in this format. So a whole heck of a lot of the time, you are going to see Bant looking signals. But I'm just going to snap up the She-Hulk. I definitely don't have an incentive to like try to burrow down on this Claw Sonic Subjugator direction with only 1 black card in the pack, only 1 red card in the pack, and I guess a black-red card. But with Burrow Backup, Giant Size Flying Ant, a Serpent Specialist, and a She-Hulk, I definitely have my eye on the Bant space. She-Hulk is just fantastic, though. Some of the time, this card is just a 5/5 for 6 reach, trample, destroy a creature that your opponent controls, which is really out of control. Here I'm going to take one of my favorite cards, Rapid Rescue, absolutely a pet card of mine. Look, if you do end up playing tons of Trickster Stratagems and stuff, then you're not going to be able to play your Rapid Rescues, but I would rather have it in this spot than a Gorilla. Like I said, really not so sure that black is open. We are starting to see evidence that maybe white is a little closed up after that original Political Triumph plus Web Up. But you do have to keep in mind, people cannot take 3 white cards pack 1, pick 1. So for the first few picks, you're often going to see those premium white pieces. You might think that white is open when it just takes a few picks for people to take the white cards out of the pack. Having said that, you definitely do not need to see a pick 8 Trickster Stratagem. This is way too late for this card. This type of card is always severely underdrafted, and you can pick up a lot of equity in your games by just taking advantage of that. So seeing this pick 8 way later than it should be going, this should be taken out of the pack over basically any common in the set. So I'm just going to scoop that up and be very happy with it. Seeing a Trickster Stratagem in the last pack where we are seeing new cards is an absolute gift. And wow, I almost first picked this Reptile. So incredibly nice to wheel it. I do think it's better than the Gorilla. I think Reptile is a very hard card to play with. So I think the data tend to understate how good this 1-drop is. Here, it's between Ultron Drone and Wakandan Royal Guard. I'm just going to default to the cheaper card. I mean, you know, you can double this ability with Echo. There are things that you can do with this. I mean, +1/+1 counter synergies would work with both of these creatures, but really in limited, when in doubt, just take the cheaper card. I don't think either is particularly good, so let's just take the cheaper one. Also, it's marginally more likely that I do end up playing the Ultron Drone. Okay, so I did say it's really easy to end up with way too many 4-drops. So you could say maybe we should take the AIM Labs to have our mana filtering online, but I actually just think Giant Size Flying Ant is a good card, like an actively good card. So I'm gonna happily take that. Now to get our curve down, let's take another green 1-drop. Rocks and Brutes would be a very solid investment here as well. And I don't hate Panther Pounce. It's like one of the weakest white commons, which means it's still really good. But Vibranium Energy Daggers is definitely nothing. And we're heading into pack 2 looking very Simic. Okay, hello there, Vision Quest. I do like that I invested in this surveillance room early. It means I could splash into a web up, I could splash into a Vision Quest, I could splash into a Claw. We'll see where things are going. I will say with an awkward curve, the very first thing that I am looking for is actually Undercover Scroll. That is probably the ideal card for me because it handles the curve issue and it also handles filtering for different types of mana or making different types of mana. I will say looking good to have invested in the Ultron Drone over the Wakandan Royal Guard when we now pick up a Vision Quest, because unless it gets exiled, this is going to be an eligible target for Vision Quest. With Vision Quest, you are pretty safe having only one artifact in your deck, because it would have to be exiled to not be an eligible target for the Vision Quest, which can pull things out of the graveyard or out of the library. Given how things are going at this table, maybe we'll wheel that Trickster Stratagem. Also clocking an Hour of Defeat and another Surveillance Room. What are we looking at here? So interesting. Everyone is always on my case when I pass Black Panther. Not my favorite card. Really not my favorite card. I don't like 4-drops that will just eat a removal spell a lot of the time. Look, my 4-drop slot is so stacked without me even trying. So I'm really not trying to go out of my way to take 4-drops. Your mileage may vary. Black Panthers will sometimes kill you, but a lot of the time they'll just eat a removal spell or get stuck in your hand, make your curve worse. It has a tough mana requirement. It's heavily synergistic, so you need to have the heroes to support it. Definitely one that I think I'm a lot lower on than most of you are. Okay, I'll take the Bold Biochemist. There's also a Herbie. There's a Fisk Tower that I could wheel, but I think most likely I'm wanting to splash into red, not white or black. And you usually want your dual lanes to touch one of your main colors. I also like Falcon's Wing Harness, and maybe we'll wheel that Serpent Specialist. Let's see. Now, this is interesting. So we should expect white to be pretty open from the left because we passed essentially no white to the left, which means there was no real reason for the people to our left to get into white. Now I think I actually will take the Ironheart, maybe. This is not a great card on its own. But look, I have double Trickster Stratagem. I think we're probably not going to be playing Rapid Rescue in this deck. I also have a Vision Quest. It just makes a lot of things cheaper. And it's also a really nice target for the Vision Quest, right? If you do this for 4, that gives you a 7-power flyer. I think with Vision Quest, Ironheart is worth snapping up. Not a very good card on its own. Holy cow, what is going on here? I mean, honestly, a true gamer might just take We Saving Nay over Super Adaptoid. I think I have to take the Super Adaptoid. Look, flying, reach, trample, flying, death touch. This thing can get vigilance, reach, and trample. So we have a lot of support for Super Adaptoid. It's also an artifact that will help you improvise things out. It's also a card that I can fetch with the Vision Quest. I mean, Agent 13 and We Saving Nay have got to be the best cards in the pack. Probably Agent 13. We're not in that lane. We could take We Saving Nay. I just think I'm supposed to probably take the Super Adaptoid. I don't know. If this were the top 8 draft of the Pro Tour, you know, maybe you should take We Saving Nay. Okay. let's see. Now, this is interesting. So, villainous hideout. I don't think I have basically any villains. Not that many. We could take Los Diablos missile base, which would actually make our splash into red better. But now I'm wondering, how invested in green am I? Because now we're seeing Killmonger and also Cruel Alliance. So what if I take the Cruel Alliance? Is it possible that I actually end up black, blue with a minor red splash? Because look, my investment in black with this claw, there's also a Killmonger, right? So maybe I should have taken that. I probably wouldn't be black-green. I have a very heavy investment in blue. Now we're getting a Night Nurse. Yeah, but look, like between Claw and Cruel Alliance, I now have bigger pulls into black than I do into green, arguably. I mean, She-Hulk's fantastic. Maybe I'll just take the Rocks and Brutes here. Pretty on the fence about my colors now. But if I take Rocks and Brutes, go primary black, you really don't want to splash She-Hulk. But we'll see what's open for the rest of this pack in Impact 3. I think I need to at least be open to being primarily blue-black instead of primarily green-blue. Because, look, we have literally almost every card in here is blue or black. So what do I take? Not a big fan of Masters of Evil. Again, not that many villains. Probably not I Am Iron Man, but also it's just not that many good cards in here. I could take a Surveillance Room. I actually think I will take the Surveillance Room. It's just that every other card is so unconvincing to me. You don't want too many Surveillance Rooms, but nothing in that pack looked good. You could take a S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier here. I think that would be very defensible. I don't really want anything else. The thing that bothers me about that is that it's another 4-drop, and I just have so many 4-drops. I don't want Project Deathlock Soldier. I don't want Crossbones. And I don't want to speculate on a whole different color. Here, I'm just going to take a Red Room Recruit and be pretty thrilled about it. I really do need to lower my curve, if at all possible. But yeah, it looks like green was completely cut pack 2. Whoever I sent those signals to did not receive them, or they had another reason to be green and chose to ignore them, which can definitely be rational. But now it's looking like we're going dim here. So there's a Burrow backup to Evil to Stay Dead. I guess I could take the Fisk Tower, and then I actually could think about playing this web up. I'm more likely to want to do that than play an entire Burrow backup. Actually, guess I could take, is Kingpin's Enforcers real? Yeah, maybe let's just say Kingpin's Enforcers to have an extra creature. That might even be better. Here I can take Shuri. It actually is a playable. Try to put the person to my right into red, I guess, more than green. Ninja of the Hand, nice. Okay, so that's like a real card. So, and then Arn and Zola, whatever. It's a black uncommon. That's kind of a signal. So whoever is to my right is pretty... has pretty plausibly going to be passing me green again, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see. So there's a S.H.I.E.L.D. flying car, S.H.I.E.L.D. deployment drone. We're not on Black Widow right now. We could almost play that Iron Lad, but maybe we'll wheel it. I think I'll take the S.H.I.E.L.D. flying car. I mean, what do I have? I have Ninja of the Hand, Giant Size Flying Ant, Claw. Claw's a really good one. Could reset my Bold Biochemist, reset my Red Room Recruit. Yeah, I mean, it looks fine. It doesn't look crushing or anything, but I think it's probably fine. Watch me get past every good green card in the books. Okay, I think I'm just going to take We Say Thee Nay. I mean, there is a Killmonger, but it stretches my mana a little bit. And I do kind of already have, I have good removal. I mean, I have triple Trickster's Stratagem, say that 3 times fast, as well as a Cruel Alliance. I could splash the web up, actually. I mean, it's very possible if I just get one more way of producing a white pip. I don't really want to, but I could. But yeah, I'll just take We Say Thee Nay. Okay, what are we looking at here? So is this an Atlantis attacks deck? It could be. I've gotten a lot lower on that card over time, but I don't want to play Ghost. I'm not playing the random green or white cards or red cards. Not playing Hydraulic Helper. Yeah, I guess I'll just take the Atlantis attacks. Still not seeing a good reason to go into green. Like, I'm not exactly pulled in by Doc Samson or another Rapid Rescue. So yeah, I'll just take this Atlantis attacks. I'm really looking for some good payoffs in blue or black, though. Let's see. Okay, so I'm inclined to just take the 2-drop. It's very possible that S.H.I.E.L.D. deployment drone is good enough. Oh, this is essentially a 2-drop. Okay, it's very possible S.H.I.E.L.D. deployment drone is good enough that you're supposed to take it over the 2-drop. There's also a Trickster's Stratagem, but I don't need a 4th Trickster's Stratagem, I don't think, as much as I love that card. Pym Technologies could help me splash something, but my best green card is She-Hulk. Other than that, I just have Rapid Rescue, Reptile, and Serpent Specialist. None of that am I very motivated to splash. So I'll take the Red Room Recruit. I'll just take the Red Room Recruit. Okay, Madam Mask. There we go. So I was looking for some confirmation that they received my signal that black is closed for business, please. And hopefully it'll stay that way. So I'll take the Madam Mask. So Vision Quest gets a creature, right? Artifact creature. I might cut the Shield Helicarrier and play a Herbie over it. How many villains do I have? Only 9. A 9 is actually kind of a lot. I don't know if I have any plans though. I mean, I don't really want another. Maybe I do just take Masters of Evil. It can do some damage. Very pulled down in the card win rate data because villains has been not that good. But again, I don't really want another random 4-drop clogging up that slot. Here I could take a Kingpin's Enforcers, not really where it's at. I guess I could just go all in on villains. Like I could splash, I'm already trying to splash red anyways. So cut the web up. Sorry, I'll try to make this all visible for you. Let's put Atlantis Attacks in the 6-drop slot. Yeah, I mean, I'll speculate on that Madam Hydra. I don't really want the Kingpin's Enforcers, so why not? Here, I guess I could take AIM Synthoids. Actually, I'll just take the Labs. It just makes my mana better. I was thinking this is not a splash that matters for me, but it actually just makes my core colors more consistent. So yeah, let's just snap that one up. That sounds good. I probably wouldn't run the AIM Synthoids. I have to make a cut as is, and it'll probably be like Ultron Drone or something like that. I don't think I'll be taking the Black Widow. Maybe just play a 3rd Surveillance Room. Is that making things too slow? I mean, probably. I probably won't play 3 Surveillance Rooms, but I'm not playing a Hulk Smash. I'm not playing a Black Widow. So I think there's not really anything in the pack for me. I could take Viv Vision. When she attacks, draw a card for powers 4 or greater. That's probably better than the Shield Helicarrier. So it's actually a nice combo with Vision Quest. I think I'm probably cutting the Madam Hydra. This is actually a nice combo with Vision Quest because you pay this for 4, get a 6/6 in the air. You don't have to power her up. You just straight up get to draw a card for attacking with her. Here I'll take Decoy Ploy, but I don't think that I will be playing that. Bit of a tough one. This was a bit of a tough draft. I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing this Masters of Evil either. So if I cut Madam Hydra, then I can, let's say Rocks and Brutes will often be fetching me a mountain or something. Then I can play the Wiccan. I don't know if I have so much eligible Wiccan targets, so many eligible Wiccan targets, but I do have a lot of non-creature spells. I mean, there's some good blinking stuff to do here in this deck. I mean, okay, it's actually a good question if I play 1 mountain, 2 surveillance room, put in an extra, probably swamp. I really don't want to play this Shuri. Oh, maybe I should have taken the AIM Synthoids now that I think about it, because that would go very well instead of the Shuri. But basically, can I play Madam Hydra? I actually think that might be a good switch. I'm not going to go on 18 lands though, right? And this is 17 here. Oh, but that actually puts me up to 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 23 cards. Oh, without dropping the Wiccan. So is my curve like too terrible now? I mean, Wiccan is not a highly impressive card, but I do have a lot of non-creature spells. And I'm trying to play a control game here, right? Definitely trying to play a control game. I think Ironheart's kind of sweet, actually, and maybe it goes nicely with the Wiccan. Maybe I just have, like, good synergy. Dare I believe it? I don't know. Maybe I should cut Wiccan for Ultron Drone, or maybe even Shield Helicarrier. That's a pretty sweet one to flicker. Yeah, let's cut the Wiccan for Shield Helicarrier. And the flickering is still happening with Shield Flying Car. It doesn't deprive me of anything to fetch with Vision Quest. Yeah, I think this is fine. The curve is a little awkward at 2/2/2, but you should think about Rocks and Brutes as being basically a 2, Vision Quest as basically a 6. So then the curve is a little bit more consistently descending. All right, it's an okay deck. Okay deck. Let's see how it goes. Now, as we jump into game number 1, let me say that if you like my style of talking through my choices really clearly, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel here on YouTube. The goal of my channel is not just to be good at Magic, not just to get better at Magic, but to bring a community of improvers right along with me as we all improve together at Draft and S.H.I.E.L.D. One of my favorite types of videos are these data deep dives that I do before every Arena Direct. They're especially useful when a set comes back on Flashback and you haven't played it for a while, which is actually going to happen with Avatar on the weekend of July 31. So if you're going to play in that event and you want to be prepared, I'm going to post a data deep dive the day before. So to catch it, make sure you're subscribed. All right, on to game number 1. All right, this is looking borderline keepable. I mean, surveillance room, because it's a surveillance room, it surveils. And so that helps you get your land drops. And because we do have an island here, we do have We Say the Nay up. Depending on what they play, I would tend to... Oh, I'm definitely going to counter an undercover scroll. Bolt the birds, as they say. Just get rid of that. No doubt. Okay, so now I have something pretty sweet, right? Claw and then flicker claw. Yeah, I like that idea. Hopefully they don't kill my claw, but there's no real reason to kill it after it's already come down. I think this is probably making more sense than like holding the claw and then trying to do something else. Okay, Baxter building into Ant-Man. Oh, a tap lane's actually kind of sweet because I was... See, I could do this at the end of their turn. So this is interesting. Okay, a tap lane is sweet because I was going to only spend 3 mana this turn anyways. When Ant-Man attacks, I can block with Claw, spend this, and flicker the Claw. The issue with doing that is that then if they have like a counter, then I'm actually priced into Claw just dying in combat. So I don't really want to do that. So maybe what I do is attack with Claw. They're probably not going to block, and then I just flicker the Claw immediately. I don't really want my shield flying card to get countered. So I think I do just main phase it, actually, even though it has flash. So flicker this guy. Play the land. Gain a life. It comes back. I choose to target the opponent. That's pretty cool. Yeah. The flickering with the claw turned out to be real. No Wiccans needed. And then we do have blocker for the Ant-Man because I have no issue crewing up my flying car and blocking. Now we could have done real shenanigans with Wiccan flickering flying car, flickering other cards or something. I don't know. That's probably not even... it's just the same number of flickers you can do otherwise. Okay. So yeah, if this thing gets out of control, we can always crew alliance it. My plan right now is I'm just going to crew up the flying car and block it, to be quite honest with you. If they do make it a 3, even if they do make it a 3/3. Okay, all right. Is it going to come in? Do you choose to put a counter on it? All right, so even if I get hit with a combat trick here, I don't really care about the vehicle. The vehicle already netted a card. All right, huh? That's just fine. The Astonishing Ant-Man. So when you draw a card, put a counter on it, and then remove any number of counters from it and make a bunch of 1/1s. Okay. So I could Cruel Alliance that guy. I think I kind of just want to Trickster Stratagem it so that later on, like I can set up a double spell. Just get rid of that thing. I don't think that there's anything you can have here for 1 green. I assume it'll go second from the top. Oh, it goes on the bottom. Okay. Let's see. So now do I just want to throw away the island? Almost certainly. It would be nice to double spell, but Red Room Recruit will also draw a card. It will also connive for me. I really don't want to throw away the recruit here. I don't think. Nah, I don't want to throw away the recruit. And then I might as well attack. So we have attacked their resources pretty effectively here, I'd say. Okay. Now, if they play something chunky, it's going to get Cruel Alliance. Oh, that's why they put the Astonishing Ant-Man on the bottom. That's really funny. Do I just Cruel Alliance that? Yeah, probably, before anything weird happens. So just exile that thing. All right, they don't have anything in instant speed at all. In for 2. We're winning the race. 2/2 versus a 1/1. It's a classic racing situation, isn't it? Shield Helicarrier looking pretty nice here. So I'll go in with this guy, play the Helicarrier, make 2 1/1s. Oh, are you going to counter it? That would be fine. That is just fine. I'll go 1 for 1 all day with you in this spot. I guess my fear is that they play something really chunky. Okay, probably... Do I just connive and try to like connive away Kingpin's Enforcers, play Viv Vision, something like that? That's probably fine. Throw away the Kingpin's Enforcers, land cycle the Rocks and Brutes. I don't really want every card stuck in my hand, so I think I will go ahead, find a mountain, and play it. This just unlocks my hand really nicely, and if I can ramp up to 7 mana, then I can level up a Viv Vision. Yeah, so my concern is if they play something really chunky and then they get to start drawing cards. That's how they win. Atlantis attacks. That's something really chunky. That is something really chunky. So let's play Madame Mask. Now I'm going to just try to go wide on them. The 6/5 is not inherently scary. It's the card advantage that they get from it that's scary. Well, 4/3 is not really a relevant stat line. If I get the extra land, I do get a really big Viv Vision, but having a giant size flying ant is just as good for me. So yeah, let's just do it like that. They can't attack right now. There is honestly an argument for attacking, but I don't think it's a very good argument for me attacking. So yeah, they're just going to start digging, which is honestly fine because it takes 5 of their mana to dig. So it's not like they have a Phyrexian Arena. And even if they had a Phyrexian Arena, I would not be so sad in this spot. Okay. So I think at this point, I'm just going to attack with everyone except Madame Mask. I think Madame Mask is probably good enough that I don't really want to risk it on the battlefield. And then I think I do double spell here, Biochemist plus Viv Vision. Even though the Flying Ant represents a shorter clock, the Biochemist will actually make it 2/1 if I get an extra card. And let's do it the other way. No, they could teamwork We Saving A. So if they have We Saving A, nothing is getting resolved. Okay, so yeah, basically the Bold Biochemist, if I draw land, I can make it 2/1 with Madame Mask and draw 2 cards. Maybe not. Falcon Winged Wonder. Yeah, that's actually slightly annoying. I think I just play the giant size Flying Ant, tap it down, and attack with everything at this point. If I attack with everything, they're guaranteed to take 2. They probably block Madame Mask, and they take... they maybe chump here. Because the other option would just be Trickster's Stratagem Falcon. That incentivizes them to chump. Trickster's Stratagem Falcon, attack with everything. They probably chump the 2/2, block Madame Mask, and they're going to take 4/5. Because I could also just play the giant size Flying Ant. That's actually probably the better play. I think I like that more. Keep the Trickster's Stratagem a surprise. Tap down Falcon. Now, I could just attack with Viv Vision in the 2/1. Is that worth it? I think I want to get the extra damage in. Because that, if I get the extra damage in, suppose they block Madame Mask, which they probably will. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then both of my flyers are lethal next turn. So yeah, no need to be precious with resources here. Let's just go in with the team. They can kill the Madame Mask for free. And if they don't chump Viv Vision, then every single creature is lethal. So I think this made sense. I'm trying to get more aggressive. Do you guys appreciate my learning curve of aggressiveness? Okay, so they're chumping. Yeah, I predicted they would chump Viv Vision, but it's the same whichever 2 power creature they chump. They go down to 3. So now they probably had to get something really special. I guess I should play around Rapid Rescue. It's only a common, so I should assume maybe they can go up to 5. Okay, they're digging. I mean, they need a way of dealing with the giant size Flying Ant specifically, right? And then Bold Biochemist plus the Menace creature is also lethal. Anything plus the Menace creature is lethal. Absorbing, man. This is your first main phase, though, so right now it's nothing. Okay, so let's do this and that, I guess, to make 2 different lethal attackers, and we should be good to go. Pitch the Swamp. Next. Attack with the Flyers. How did I feel about that game? Not amazing. Not amazing. I was definitely hoping to close it out a little bit earlier. Never feels great when it's a pretty close, or your opponent is at least very close to stabilizing game 1, but you know what? Hey, maybe we just need to net 2 more wins and we'll hit Mythic. All right, 1-0, on to game 2. Wow, this is a really rough hand. I don't know, I mean, I do have a Surveillance Room, which I think helps me keep it, and a Trickster's Stratagem, which saves me if I'm like falling way too far behind. Having no creatures until turn 4 is pretty rough, but I think I keep it with the Surveillance Room and also on the play. So I'm always 1 step ahead. I mean, a 3-drop, it's not the best 3-drop ever invented, but basically I can draw that next turn, cycle the Rocks and Brutes to try to make sure that I'm still hitting my land drops. right? Do I do that? One plan is I would like to be able to crew up the S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier and then play S.H.I.E.L.D. Flying Car. I think it is so important to hit my land drops. I want to look like I'm holding up We Saving A, and then at the end of their turn, I'm going to cycle this to find my mountain. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So they may have played something, the second best card in their hand, because we were holding up We Saving A mana. I'm very unsure that it was correct to actually cycle the Rocks and Roots. I just think it's so crucial that I hit my land drops. But okay, turn 4, our plan is Island, S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier. Then I would love to find a way to crew it up and flicker it to get some extra 1/1s, but you know, that may or may not actually be worth doing. We'll see. If they attack, there's no way I'm blocking. Captain America Living Legend. No, they missed out on free damage then. Okay, so I'm definitely just going to go... Actually, Ninja of the Hand is a nice draw. I'm definitely just going to play the S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier. It's going to let them get some attacks in, but I don't think I need to be cowardly and trickster stratagem here, right? I think I just get some little 1/1s. It's possible they won't attack again. They showed a proclivity for not being super aggressive. Kingpin's Enforcers with the little 1/1s is also kind of sweet. I mean, not the worst things in the world to blink. Or to sacrifice to draw a card, I mean. They are the worst things in the world to blink, yes. Do not blink your tokens. Okay, that's a non-token creature that you get to bounce. So they're bouncing my Kingpin's Enforcers. That's whatever. I don't really care about that. Take the 3. Draw a card. Play a land. So I probably just play the Ninja of the Hand and level it up to be mana efficient, I think, right? What else could I do? I mean, I think that's good because it's also a Death Touch creature, which is pretty annoying to them. Have them discard a card. So I can also blink that with S.H.I.E.L.D. Flying card to get them to discard another card, but that's super mana intensive. Spider-Woman, that's a very tedious one because this is going to let them get attacks in. Yeah, playing against blue-white, you just always feel like you're losing. You always feel like you're losing all of the time. Okay, but you know what? S.H.I.E.L.D. Flying card is going to let me blink my Ninja of the Hand. So I think I have to go... Ugh, I cannot play anything else, though. But I have to play the S.H.I.E.L.D. Flying car because... Okay, actually, this is interesting. So I have to play the S.H.I.E.L.D. Flying car now to get the Ninja of the Hand back at the end of turn. I'm not going to be able... Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to power it up because it comes back at the end step, right? No, actually, maybe I do have priority. Let me put a stop. I'm actually not sure. I'm just going to do this because I can't play anything else. So I blink this. This does, by the way, make the Helicarrier crewable. Okay, so this comes back. Do I get priority to power it up? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So that's pretty sweet. That's what I thought. Because you can power up as an instant. And then now I can crew the Flying car with a 1/1 and then use the Flying car plus a Ninja of the Hand to crew the Helicarrier if I want to. Obviously, I've missed the opportunity to blink the Helicarrier, but blinking Ninja of the Hand and getting a free supervillain lockup is pretty sweet, although that definitely worries me about what else is in their hand if they're throwing away supervillain lockups. S.H.I.E.L.D. deployment drone is perfectly fine. I have much bigger stuff than that in the air. So what's that last card? Scary business. Now, I definitely cannot attack, but that's okay because I'm a control deck. Okay, well, I don't really care about this Helicarrier. So crew, and then go to blocks, and then I'll block, and let's see what you've got for me. Is it a Helicarrier strike? Oh no, it's flash? No, you would need another land to play flash. Bold Biochemist, that does not explain the attack. I guess they just didn't see that I could daisy chain it because they have nothing left in hand to explain why that just happened. So it looks like we got him. We got him, folks. Okay, so Claw pretty blank at this point. So maybe I just go Kingpin's Enforcers plus Bold Biochemist, and then I'm going to get to draw some cards as soon as I get a land. I don't really care. I guess I could, you know what, the other thing I could do is I could get rid of their bold biochemist in case that's going to let them draw some cards with Trickster's stratagem. That would be like the brutal way of playing. And then I probably, well, no, because their bold biochemist would just make my claw good, right? Because I could just take the best card out of their hand. So I can just play it cool as a cucumber. I also don't really want to attack. I guess I could have crewed up the flying car and attacked this turn. So I could crew the flying car, then use... It just taps down so many cards for me to attack here. I mean, look, I have all the resources. I think I can wait. If they get a land and power up their biochemist, they're kind of playing into my hands because I have this claw. So unless they just drew 2 good cards, like 2 really good cards, I should be able to just neutralize that draw. I'm definitely going to do that right now. So let's see what they're looking at over there. I mean, I wish I could get that one last land. I feel like I'm so stuck on resources. Well, goodbye to S.H.I.E.L.D. Spy Kit then. Okay, so now, do I crew up a Helicarrier? I don't really want to be blocking with the Biochemist, I guess. So I could crew S.H.I.E.L.D. Flying Car, then crew Ninja of the Hand. I really want a Flying Blocker, though, is the thing. I do want to put some pressure on, though. So, okay, let's crew... So probably crew with like some 1/1s. Maybe I just crew with Claw, Bold Biochemist. Or yeah, Claw, Bold Biochemist, and Ninja of the Hand. I like having my Death Toucher on defense though. So otherwise it would be Claw, Kingpin's Enforcers, Bold Biochemist, and a 1/1. It's pretty aggressive. I also like having my Lifelinker on defense. Yeah. I still don't think I have a great attack. I know I'm being like pretty passive here. Okay, they played a land into what? Maybe they... Seems like they probably just drew another land. Okay, go to my turn. Wow. I'm drawing a lot of not lands. Okay, I kind of want to play a giant-sized flying ant, tap down something, and just start attacking. I think that's probably right. Just aggressively play a flying ant. You know what I could also do? I can use the flying ant to complete... to crew without having to tap down a bunch of stuff. So let's do it like this. Tap, tap, tap. Go to combat. In with the S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier. Now the idea is my flying ant can untap Ninja of the Hand if they make an aggressive attack. Oh? Oh? Interesting. What's this about? Oh, they have a Spider-Man. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Okay, so it wasn't a land. They got me. Okay. All right, that's fine. So now if they do make an aggressive attack, I can untap one of my creatures with my flying ant. I'm going to let them attack, though, however they want. Like, another thing that I could do... All right, they didn't attack. So I'll just tap down, let's say, Spider-Man, probably, because it has 3 power and reach. Go to my turn. The other thing I could do is crew up the other creature. But, okay, well, I just cannot draw anything other than Trickster's Stratagem, so I guess it's time to just embrace my fate. Maybe I just kill the token at this point. Put a counter on my flying ant. Because if I draw a land, no way am I discarding the land. Super Adaptoid. Probably actually just get rid of Viv Vision, honestly. I don't think... Actually, Viv Vision's going to be pretty good if I get 2 more lands, isn't it? Yeah, I think I don't need double Trickster's Stratagem when every card in their deck has an Enters ability. All right, and then I'll crew this thing with... Sure, giant size flying ant and claw, I suppose. So you could probably be Bold Biochemist and a 1/1. I really don't want to be blocking with Bold Biochemist. All right. Cancel, go to attacks. This got complicated. This got truly complicated. They don't have good attacks, do they? They could draw something like a Helicarrier strike that would give them good attacks. Okay, Hero in Training. I mean, that's obviously a very good draw for them. I always just feel like I'm scrapping so hard whenever I play against blue-white in this format. It's pretty ridiculous. At least Super Adaptoid should be good. But it's not great. It still dies to something with 2 power. I just went so long without finding a land. Cycling that Rocks and Roots is looking pretty good now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards to 5 lands. Yeah, that's pretty tough. And I did everything to hit a land, right? Surveilled a land to the top. Found, or no, I didn't surveil a land to the top. Never mind. Wow. Holy smokes. Hero in Training into Web Up. The kind of commons that only white gets in this set. All right, you're going to make some attacks. I mean, what can I say? Like, this is why I'm a pretty passive player. Because things like this happen. Hero in Training into Web Up. All right, well, they're letting me potentially get 8 damage through in the air, so that could be good. Go to my turn. So now here's something interesting. I can... let's see. I can Trickster Stratagem their Spider-Man. It will give them another Spider-Man cast. I don't know how much I care about that. I did finally draw land, so I guess I'm happy about that. I mean, I would really like to go in with like a lot of attackers, but that sounds unlikely. So maybe I go Super Adaptoid copying the Spider-Man for Vigilance and Reach. Then I'm going to Trickster Stratagem the Spider-Man, even though it gives them another cast on Spider-Man. I think this sounds good. I do eventually want to give it lifelink as well. I don't know. It is pretty tough to just tap down again off of flyers. So maybe... yeah, I don't really want to play Viv Vision here. Is it actually... every single card gets advantage from being recast except Nick Fury, which doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't really care about them getting another cast off of Spider-Man. Let's probably put the counter on the Kingpin's Enforcers here. But then if they draw a single other piece of interaction, well, I can always block with Super Adaptoid. I probably don't want to, though. It's pretty grotesque that every card essentially has an Enters ability. Okay, so, hey, we at least got him. We at least got him with that one. Okay, well, now I do have to throw the land back, because I think Viv Vision as a 4-power flyer is pretty awesome. And then I probably do just attack with a giant size flying ant. I really want to keep the attack rolling a little bit here. And I technically have 2 blockers if I really need to. And it's hard for them to draw interaction and also increase the power. Another hero in trade. It's just grotesque that they printed Preening Champion and essentially 2/2 for 3 draw card in the same set. It was just should have been taken for granted from before day one that blue-white would be absolutely bonkers. But okay. What can we say? Just losing to all commons and uncommons, and it's the same ones every time, does get a little bit of a samey set experience. Let's just put it that way. But okay. See what they drew. Looks like more gas. I mean, this was basically the best possible sequence of cards on top that they could have, other than like mythics and rares. Hero in Training into Web Up into Hero in Training into Trickster Stratagem. Unreal. Absolutely unreal sequence of draws. Well, I'm going to put that back on top. I want that one. It's just absolutely busted. Then they get to chew through the basic land, which is nice for them. Okay, I wouldn't mind drawing a land here. That's exactly the wrong land. So no point in playing this. I'm thinking I can sacrifice something to Kingpin's Enforcers. Oh, I could actually level up the Bold Biochemist. That's probably good. But I would want to do that on their turn. So now Super Adaptoid could also attack. But I don't think that that's looking great either. Super Adaptoid most likely, unfortunately, is just trading with a flyer. So if it's just trading with a flyer, wouldn't I rather... Well, I can't give it lifelink and flying at the same time is the problem. Okay, so we're probably just leveling up our Bold Biochemist on their turn, I'd say. And then if we get really desperate, we can start popping 1/1s to Kingpin's Enforcers. They have 17 cards left. Oh, another Bold Biochemist from the opponent. It's just ridiculous. What draft table were they at where people were passing only all of the best white and blue commons and uncommons? Every card in their deck is like a B- or higher blue-white common or uncommon. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have pitched that Trickster stratagem. I feel like Viv Vision is going to be pretty good. It does look like whatever this is something they're having to make a decision about. All right, they're passing to attackers. If they attack, I'm going to get a little afraid. Okay, I'll level up my Bold Biochemist. We're at their end step. Draw some cards. Okay, Vision Quest. That's a good one. That is a good one. So here's the funny thing about it. I actually do not have an artifact. Oh, no, I have Ironheart. I have Ironheart. Okay, yeah, Ironheart could be good. So do I play the Viv Vision to try to bait whatever they have in their hand out? Or do I just play Ironheart for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, X equals 6? I kind of want to just play Viv Vision and level her up. I feel like it could be good to just try to bait something out of their hand if this is like a We Saving A or something. So I'll do that. I'll level her. Good to have big flyers. At least I also have flyers. Otherwise, I think I would have lost this game a long time ago. I really want to attack with Super Adaptoid, but I feel like it's not the thing to do. All right, just pass back to them. Really don't know what they have here. I'm having a lot of trouble closing out the game, which is kind of funny. Because it feels like I have so much action. But okay, next turn I get to just be attacking with Viv Vision. Probably what I do now is I'm just going to play Giant Size Flying Ant. Oh, there's Ironheart. No, so now I actually need an artifact creature to die if I'm going to play Vision Quest. I guess that actually would have been a reason to play the Vision Quest earlier. But okay, I'm just going to play this main phase. Attempt to tap down, let's say, Shield Deployment Drone. Swing with Viv Vision. I could also crew the Shield Helicarrier. I guess I could play Ironheart off of like Super Adaptoid, crew the Shield Helicarrier. It just feels very committal. Actually, yeah, like Giant Size Flying Ant is not blocking. Well, no, I need flying blockers, so I don't think that's a very good idea. All right, just swing with Viv Vision, get to draw a card. Drawing a card feels good. Don't mind drawing a land at all. All right, in for 4 damage. Nice, don't hate it. All right, I'll play a land. I really don't know what they have, but yeah, let's go ahead and... Why is it trying to get me to tap my Shield Helicarrier? That's so bonkers. It makes no sense. Yeah, go ahead and just play Ironheart. Makes my Super Adaptoid have more power so I can get more lifelink if I get to attack with that ever. It also helps me crew the Shield Helicarrier. But yeah, now we're getting to the point where I really have to start pressing an advantage. Because now we really have a lot of our power down on the battlefield. All right, back to my turn. Happy to play another land, honestly. Let's see. Probably just attacking with Viv Vision and Ironheart. Like, actually, maybe also attack with the Flying Ant. I smell an attack with everything coming at me. Because they don't have that many other options. Presumably. We Saving A is pretty irrelevant. Okay, I'm perfectly happy with this, depending on what they have here, but I can't counter unless they pay 4 if it's something really chunky. Oh, that's ugly. Counter unless you pay 4, doesn't do anything. Yeah, I mean, this is not the moment in the game. No, don't betray me, auto damage. It's not the moment in the game to draw your We Saving A, I'll tell you that much. So then they gain 3. Sigh. You know what I can do though? Vision Quest on Viv Vision. Next turn. I'm doing that next turn. Patriot Shield Wielder, so you can give something hexproof. So I can sacrifice something here to draw a card. Do I sack a 1/1 to draw a card? What would I be digging for? I guess Cruel Alliance could be good. I mean, this game's heading to a conclusion one way or another. Having another card in hand can't hurt, right? Let's just draw a card. Atlantis attacks. Yeah, that's pretty good. So actually, now I kind of want to just Atlantis attacks to get rid of the things that can block a flyer. And then I'm going to try to do lethal in... Okay, this is really interesting. So basically, I can Atlantis attacks. I have to think hard. I can try to do lethal with Vision Quest. Basically, what I can do is Atlantis attacks. I can bounce Justice and Web up, bring back my Shield Flying Car, Shield flying car comes in and I flicker the Sonic. Crack in for 6 or whatever. 6, 7, 8. Actually, can I deliver lethal? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Super Adaptoid can gain flying. So I think I have a lethal attack, my friends. Think I have a lethal attack. So here's what we do. So we go Atlantis attacks with teamwork. I'll do both of these, sure. Gonna target me. I'm gonna bounce Justice and I'm gonna bounce Web up. I'm gonna tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I am going to teamwork. I have to teamwork 4, so I'll teamwork, sure, let's say 2 and 2 sounds fine. Submit 4. So those two go away. This guy comes in. Gonna flicker my claw just for fun, but I don't think that this matters. You get a counter. Then I'm going to crew the shield Helicarrier for 3, 4. Oh, no. Let's crew it with the Leviathan, I guess. Then I'm going to go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, etc. So attack, 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 attack. Super Adaptoid is going to gain flying from one of the flyers. How many games have we played? That was game 2. Oh my goodness. Wow. Getting to Mythic is hard. All right. 2-0. One more pip to Mythic. On to game 3. All right. I'm going to be playing carefully because it would be nice to hit Mythic on this one. I think this is a keep. I mean, wow. I don't think that my curve is that bad, but I just keep getting hit with hands like this. But hopefully we get to surveil. Yeah, no, not a trickster stratagem. Some creature or something to the top. It was not to be. I think, you know, an issue is not having blue means that we saving A comes out a little bit slower. So definitely getting punished for the splash here. Hawkeye's bow on 1. Yeah, okay. Actually, Rocks and Brutes is pretty good, right? That smooths my way up to 5 lands, and I do have a up to 4 lands, and I do have a wee saving A. If they decide to do something here, okay, they're not doing anything. Well, I'll cycle the Brutes, and then I'll play something. Get the island, then draw. Not entirely sure what I'm going to play here. I mean, they're definitely representing a counter, so let's just run out the Helicarrier. They can counter it, bait the counter so that my Madam Hydra, Giant Size Flying Ant, like the more important stuff can resolve. So mission accomplished on that. Hawkeye Young Avenger comes down, sure. All right, well then I'll try to resolve a Madam Mask. I mean, I guess it would have been better to have Madam Hydra down when that comes down. I think I can probably just get rid of the land and that's fine. I guess with the land, I can double spell Madam Hydra plus We Saving A or Ant plus We Saving A. So maybe I pitch Viv Vision. Kind of want to have Viv Vision though. So they're comboing off. So the idea is if Hawkeye's bow would deal 1 damage, instead it's going to deal 4 damage to me. So I need to put enough toughness down to be able to block that thing. Okay, so maybe we put down Viv Vision. Maybe we throw Viv Vision back. Actually, you know what? Probably I throw back Madam Hydra. That's probably actually my worst card here. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense to me. Okay. Will I block Hawkeye with Madam Mask here? Probably not. Looks like they're, I mean, I would assume they're just going to equip and try to do their combo. So this is going to deal 4 damage. It's kind of hard to take. This is when equipped creature becomes tapped, so it means that the Giant Size Flying Ant is not going to be able to, or it can tap it down, but it can't really interrupt the combo. Let's just take, and then I am going to do the Ant plus holding up a combat trick next turn. All right, play a land. Yeah, this is looking really bad. Definitely looking really bad. Oh, their combo is nice and cute and everything. All right, well, not much to do here. I guess I'll attack with the 2-1 and pass. So Iron Man, they're probably gonna, yeah, try to resolve an artifact. So it goes. Then they would not re-equip the Hawkeye's bow because this wants a creature to become tapped. Yeah. What do you know? The two things that say Hawkeye on them happen to be synergistic. Okay, so we're equipping Hawkeye's bow, but this doesn't become tapped. So what's the idea there? Do I want them to get to re-equip? Yeah, sounds fine, right? So you can re-equip. All right, go ahead and play my... Oh, you know what? Oh no, what? Why did I let that resolve? I was supposed to do it with the thing on the stack. Well, that was quite stupid of me. Oh, that could have been the whole game right there. I was supposed to tap it with the ability on the stack. Oh, my bad. That's not how you hit Mythic. Yeah, that's too bad. Now let them draw an entire extra card. Well, I didn't want to take a whole extra 4 damage from tapping it, but... Oh, it would be 3 damage. Okay, so, well, hey, this is what I was planning to do all along, right, folks? Yeah, that's a huge issue, obviously. Okay, now they're just going to re-equip it back. It's funny. Now I kind of want that Trickster Stratagem. Oh, hey, hi there, Trickster Stratagem. Okay, so in that case, if I've been blessed with a Trickster Stratagem, maybe what I do is just bounce the Hawkeye. Kind of like that idea. Bounce the Hawkeye, put a counter on the Flying Ant. I get a 2/1. Okay, I can pitch AIM Labs, so no counter for me. Actually, why don't I pitch the island, play AIM Labs to gain an extra life, which sounds pretty relevant here. Because I think I'm just going to want to play Viv Vision and power her up in the same turn. I actually probably should have pitched a non-land so that I could block that Iron Man. I think Iron Man is pretty bad for my health. But okay, let's try attacking with Madame Mask. I mean, I'm definitely going down first among the two of us, unfortunately. So I'm holding We Say Thee Nay to counter Hawkeye, which maybe means that I should have kept... okay, that's fine. Maybe means that I should have played Viv Vision, but this actually works out because they're drawing the Hawkeye and they're going to recast it. Now they get to attack with Iron Man and draw. Yeah, that's very ugly. We'll see if they have a removal spell for Viv Vision. The problem is the 7-mana 4/4 is just so bad on rate. Well, okay. Cute synergies from the opponent. I pretty much threw this game, right? Because I should be at 13 if I'd played the Ant in the correct moment. The opponent is thinking hard about whether to play their Hawkeye into my the We Say Thee Nay that I pretty clearly projected having. Now, hopefully, I actually draw a good card, a card worth having. Yeah, I think I might be kind of toast here. I think I might just be toast. Because I only need to have a few artifacts resolve or a few tap activations of the Hawkeye's bow, and I need to deal with this Iron Man also. But okay, we can just get rid of that. I really should have put the counter on Giant Size Flying Ant. I probably should have just thrown away Viv Vision and let this be my 4-power flyer. And now, of course, we get the worst possible draw, because why wouldn't we? Okay. Just going with Madame Mask. Cannot imagine them blocking. Power it up. Yeah, I'm very close to dead. Especially with that Hydra Assault robot out. I mean, they might literally have like 3 artifacts in their hand and just be trying to get me a little bit low. So I'm pretty close to just attacking with everything. It is annoying that the Hawkeye's bow gives reach, but it makes sense because it's a bow. This unlocks like Trickster Stratagem, I guess, for them. Aerial Doombot is a blocker in the air and an extra damage for me and an extra power on Iron Man. So all of that is really bad. What do I want to draw? Like, almost certainly it's just Trickster stratagem number 3. Yeah, like if I could get rid of that Iron Man, probably am sneaking through with 4 damage, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's like almost, I mean, they would have to be in chump block mode. Another Trickster stratagem would be amazing. Okay, in comes Iron Man. I mean, I cannot stay out of combat, and that's a lethal attacker, so snap block. Stark Industries Executive. Shuri. Neither of those is a villain. Kingpin's Enforcers. Well, the issue is Aerial Doombot is now a lethal attacker. That's the big problem that I face. So I'm going to have to chump it. There's just no way around that. But they can't attack me on the ground, so in with these 3. I mean, they should just organize some blocks, I think. 6, 7, 8. They can almost just take everything. I guess I could have also attacked with the giant size flank. No, I couldn't have. There's actually just no way to do that. I guess I should have actually played this swamp first. No, I really want to make them guess. I was thinking like and not tap down AIM labs, but I think that's can't really avoid that. What am I hoping to draw here? I guess Super Adaptoid is like my ideal draw. Oh, I wish I had drawn an Atlantis attacks. That would have been nice. All right, put them to 2. Well, that's pretty good. So I want to draw, I guess, Vision Quest. Super Adaptoid is like the draw. There's really nothing else. Look, if they have any interaction whatsoever, then I just lose. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, any interaction and I'm just toast. Okay. Or they literally could just... Okay, so they can get 2 triggers, so that puts me down to 1. And then Stark Industries Executive. Okay. Yeah, I kind of threw that game. Should have played the giant size flying in to tap the thing with the equipment on the stack. I was like just about to do it. Do not know why I just clicked on passing priority. It was just one of those things that you do for no particular reason that prevent you from hitting Mythic. All right, on to the next one. I do not think that this is a keepable hand. Yeah, there's just no way. I also don't think that this is a keepable hand. I guess I have Cruel Alliance, Viv Vision, and Madam Hydra, so I'm just hoping to draw some lands. Wow, this is really not what you want to see when you're 1 pip away from Mythic, is it? Dang. By the way, shout out to my round 1 opponent, Dak, who is a member of the channel. I noticed that they have the same name, but you don't always know if it's the same person on Arena. But I talked to Dak, and they actually were my round 1 opponent, so... GG's Dak, good game 1. That was the first game in this event. So this is when a villain enters, you drain me, put a playing counter, then you get a card out of the top 5. Yeah, awesome. So at least like Trickster Stratagem can get a card back for me, sort of. Like I can take whatever they pull out of the top 5. You get to cast 2 spells if you cast a creature. If you cast a creature, then I can put it back into my library. But I still have to spend a draw step on it, so that's not even an advantage. Here, Madam Hydra looks way better than it actually is. This is when a villain enters. So if I counter a villain... Okay, so if I counter a villain, then I get to prevent that from happening. Here I kind of want to... I guess I just don't do anything. I don't know. I kind of want to just play the Trickster Stratagem. I don't think that that whole thing about keeping up Trickster Stratagem for Doom Reign Supreme really makes sense. But I think more than that, I want to be saving a. So one thing I could do is just Cruel Alliance of Bold Biochemist, which is about to draw them 2 cards. I actually think that makes sense. Keeps them further away from crewing. And then I'm holding up We Saving A. I think I like that move. And it lets me get in another attack. I think that makes sense, because when they get one more land, they're going to get to draw 2 cards off of that. So in a way, I mean, they would have had to invest some mana, but I'm kind of getting rid of 2 cards from their hand. Harsh Mistress. Yeah, well, that definitely resolves. Okay. Red Room Recruit. Yeah, let's just counter this one, I guess, because I have the counter mana up, because I'm about to bounce the Moonstone anyways. All right. Oh, that's kind of good, actually, isn't it? That's kind of good. So I do this, I get a 2/1 villain with Menace. Then I power it up and get rid of whatever the last card is. Now they do get to play it because of Moonstone. It actually is something good that they're going to play, but this just kind of gets a little bit of a plan online. Like, now I actually have some attackers. They'll play the Masters of Evil, but I can Trickster Stratagem it. I might actually Trickster Stratagem the Flyer, to be honest. We'll see. Their Quinjet is tapped down, so they can't crew it up in response. Okay, yeah, Kingpin's Enforcers is a very discardable card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I get another one, I can level up my Viv Vision. I don't know, do I actually just play the Kingpin's Enforcers, get another 2/1 with Menace? Something I could do is attack with the 2/1, and then if they block with Red Room Recruit, I bounce something. I bounce Masters of Evil, and then the Red Room Recruit dies. So I kind of want to attack with Ninja of the Hand plus the 2/1. Probably they just won't block with anything. I kind of like that line. In with these two. They might just block Ninja of the Hand with Red Room Recruit. I think it's okay. Then I'll go ahead and bounce the Masters of Evil. Yeah, I might as well put a counter on this thing, potentially. This does give them another trigger on Doomrain Supreme, but I don't think that I can prevent Doomrain Supreme from going off. Kind of do want to play the AIM Labs to start getting attacks in, actually. Kingpin's Enforcers is a whole extra 2/1. But look, if I can get another land here, this makes every draw really good, because I can play every card in my deck now. Okay, this is going to deal damage to all non-villains. Okay, so you get to play cards off the top of my library. How lovely for you. Okay. So they get to flicker their Harsh Mistress and then bounce Viv Vision or something. Or bounce my token, maybe. Okay, it's fine. They probably should have bounced Viv Vision, to be honest. So they can play their Swamp until next turn. Now they are probably going to get to block Viv Vision. 2 damage to each opponent as well. Yeah. No, this is shaping up pretty terribly. Okay, so Claw would be good, except for Moonstone. Moonstone just completely blanks my entire game plan. It's pretty ridiculous. Okay, whatever. I mean, I guess I play it. I do get an extra 2/1. I would have really liked to find that land to get 4 power here. Wow. Yeah, and then Viv Vision is gone. Yeah, this is not going our way. Facing down 12 damage and attackers plus everything there. No, 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 no. Nope. Nope. It's not happening. All right, I'll do a little deck tech because things obviously just went horribly in the last 2 games. So maybe the red splash is a mistake. Madam Hydra felt, or at least that part of the red splash. Obviously, Vision Quest is good. Madam Hydra felt horrendous. Rocks and Brutes has only really been useful as a way of getting access to my red. So maybe I play Ultron Drone over Madam Hydra. That sounds terrible. Maybe Wiccan? That would have been a nice draw there. Could decoy ploy be good? I'm not sure. Yeah, Madam Hydra felt awful. Drawing only red felt awful. Is there a way I can go up 1 blue? Then I have Mountain plus Surveillance Room plus Rocks and Brutes to find the red for Vision Quest. My mana has just felt horrible. My deck has also felt very low impact. Like, I seem to never really be doing anything. I don't think that Shuri's any good. I mean, Viv Vision's also terrible. So maybe actually I do play Madam Hydra, go down on a swamp, end up on a mountain to get rid of Viv Vision out of my deck. Okay, actually, no. Let's go back up on a swamp and play the Ultron Drone instead of Viv Vision. That's probably a better card. Well, let's try this. I mean, I lost 2 games ago to a misplay. Their deck was also, it had a nice synergy at its core, putting all the things with Hawkeye in the name in your deck. But I did miss it to, I did lose it to a bad misplay. But then last game was just kind of no contest. Like, I guess if I'd kept a little bit more gas, maybe investing in the Viv Vision felt pretty bad. Just the fact that the Moonstone blinked everything. Like, I had multiple discard cards in my deck. So maybe what I was supposed to do, this is probably what I was supposed to do differently, is Trickster Stratagem the Moonstone much earlier because it was just like a hard counter to all the best cards that I had. Yeah, probably if you go back, you would see if I'd Trickster Stratagem the Moonstone earlier, it would have gone better for me. Well, that's another mulligan. I mean, I'll keep because of Rocks and Brutes, but terrible hand. All right. Okay. All right. That makes the hand a whole lot better. So now I can Red Room Recruit. I'm not sure what I'll put back. Okay, down comes Hydra Assault Robot. So that's how it's going to be, eh? All right, I'll play a Red Room Recruit. I kind of want all of the lands that I can get. I think I'll put back Trickster Stratagem number 2. I guess I could also put back the Rocks and Brutes. But I kind of like, I actually really like the idea of going 3, 4, 5. That sounds good to me. Okay. Down comes a Shield Deployment Drone. Ouch. All right. Well, I'll play a land, play a Claw, and attack, I guess. If I attack, what's gonna happen? I'm sure they're just gonna block with the Hydra Assault Robot. I actually don't even think it's worth trying. All right, well, I'll take a card out of their hand at least. We'll see what it is. Okay, sure. Goodbye, Pim Particles. All right, 2 damage. Oh, we're missing a land drop, it seems. Okay. Do I Trickster Stratagem? I kind of like the idea. See how it goes. Put a counter on the Claw. I assume this is going to get countered, but we'll see. Ghost comes down so that you can get your ping. Okay. And then hopefully they're going to put that on the bottom. Very good. And then let's pitch. I actually quite like Super Adaptoid here. Actually, do I? Well, it can get flying. Would I rather double spell Shield Flying Car plus Super Adaptoid? Actually, I can Flying Car the Claw again. I love doing that. So I think I actually do put back the land. One thing I can do if I don't draw land is throw the Rocks and Brutes away, get my Mountain, and then play the Shield Flying Car. So I don't care about the counter is what this means. I will attack with both because I don't think that they're in a frame of mind to trade Ghost for Claw. I'm just guessing. So now they are going to deal 5 damage to me, and they're clearly an aggro deck. But, I mean, I really want to not play scared here. Okay, so are you going to discard a card and shoot Claw? That would be really annoying. Discarding Vision Quest because they have no mana. Oh, wow. That is brutal. I mean, my entire game plan was to get rid of that. That is really brutal. Not really sure what to say about that. Okay, well. In with Red Room Recruit, because I'm going to flicker it anyways. I'll go ahead and play a Super Adaptoid. Give it flying, but it's only a 1/2, right? Flying is the only keyword. But I can flash in a shield flying car, flicker my Red Room recruit, maybe scoop up something on the block. Crew the shield flying car with Super Adaptoid. This is at the beginning of the next end step, importantly. Well, we'll see if they have a counter spell. They very well might. I'm sure you attack with Ghost, yes. All right, so I'll play a shield flying car. Does it resolve is the question. All right, so I'll target the Red Room recruit. I don't know, Rocks and Brutes feels so horrible in my deck. It really feels like I should not be playing it. Spider Woman. Yeah. Goodbye to that random land. And hello to another random land. Okay. I mean, we can pretty much call it here. Because this is 4 damage plus another 4. I'm on a 2-turn clock. Oh, what a way to go down. 0-3. I don't think I can attack. I guess if I draw my lifelinker, Blazing Crescendo, that's game. Wow. Tough match. 4 pips away from Mythic now. Just went clean 0-3. I mean, look, I did mess up one play 3 games ago, but I think my deck was just bad on the whole. So what was so bad about it? I mean, the 2-drop slot looks superb. I mean, this is really like a 6-drop or something. The 2-drop slot looks superb. Kingpin's Enforcer is definitely a clunker. We had to play this Ultron drone over Viv Vision, but everything else in 3 drops looks good, and all the 4 drops look good. I mean, S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier, definitely I was playing it because it seems to be overperforming. It's really, but it did not overperform for me. So this is a really good core. But Rocks and Brutes, Wiccan, Ironheart, Masters of Evil, these were all really weak. So basically my deck had like 1/3 of it was complete clunkers. And then Atlantis Attacks, Vision Quest, these were playing really shy last game. Lost 3 games ago to a blunder. Yeah, Madam Hydra also way underperformed. Very disappointing card. Yeah, I lost 3 games ago to a blunder. I lost 2 games ago to them just having an enchantment that I couldn't deal with. And then last game I lost to them just having an unblockable creature and me not finding the answer. I guess maybe I was too quick with some of my removal in a few of those games. But I also think if I was getting raced down, so I kind of had to be. So, okay, bit of a lesson in what not to do today. Until tomorrow, have tons of fun playing Magic. Don't be afraid to splash.